Is Adopt.me bringing back the blue egg and the blue dog? Here's everything you need to know. In Adopt.me's most recent weekly news video, we can see that there is a vending machine. I previously mentioned that you're going to be able to go and spend your bucks on a vending machine which will go and reward you with a random set of items. In this vending machine, as we can see, it says there is a 25% chance of getting a blue egg. Now this is an official video, and if we go and look at it, this was uploaded 22 hours ago. Let's actually go and watch the full video, figure out what's gone wrong, are we actually getting a blue egg, and see what else is coming out in this brand new update. Previously, Adopt.me in the past has mentioned that they will never go and re-release a pet, so it's very unlikely that we're actually going to be going and getting the blue egg. But let's have a look. There's something called the rabbit foot seismograph, which is interesting. It will say you have 10 minutes until a 2x egg hunt starts. So if you go and collect all of the eggs during the timer, you'll be able to go and get double experience. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. You got to go and find 20 eggs. I recommend doing this in a public server because finding it privately, there's no point. You might as well be in a public server to go and get 2 times pet aging. There's a little Easter egg hunt. You don't go and get anything from it apart from 2x aging, which I guess is a pretty good feature. It would be nice if they gave us some blossoms for it. But this right here is the Mecha Rabbit Bunny. I'm predicting that this is going to be adoptable. Honestly, it looks like a Robux pet. I hope it's not. I hope this is like a second legendary pet that we can go and adopt using the Cherry Blossom currency, maybe in the next week's update. I don't really know, but this thing looks absolutely insane. And it has laser red eyes. It's literally a robot bunny. Considering they added the dinosaurs, pretty likelihood is that they'll also add this pet eventually. My prediction is it's a legendary. So at the end of the video, we can see it talks about the Adopt.me Cherry Blossom Festival new week update. Tells us the countdown, telling us when it is. But then, right at the end, we get this. Now, something about this is very odd. Let's have a look at what some of the rewards are. First of all, you can get a tiny age potion or a tiny age potion. Yeah, so they've messed up. They've written the word tiny age potion twice. So I think that's a bit of a red flag already. So that's 20%. The 1 in 5 that you go and open is gonna go and be a tiny age potion, which honestly, it's fair. I mean, it's what, 500 bucks to go and purchase, so that's okay. Up next is the age up potion, which is 5%, also known as 1 in 20, which isn't that bad. I mean, it's way better than a regular tiny age up potion, so I'd be pretty happy spending 500 bucks to get an age up potion, to be honest. Then we have the Cherry Blossom times 3,000. So the idea behind this is that you're gonna get a bunch of cherry blossoms, as that's what the majority of this percentage is gonna add up to. You can just basically buy the Cherry Blossom currency without Robux, which is a pretty good alternative for all of the people who don't necessarily have Robux. So if you're lucky, you could go and get 9,000. If you're unlucky, you'd get 3,000. 3,000 is the 20%, so also 1 in 5. Then 6,000 is 1 in 10. And then the 9,000 is what? Does that say 7%? Very interesting. So if we add all of those things up, that leaves us with, that's currently 62%. And then we have the blue egg. Right. Why is that there? We do not know. Then we've got the royal egg, which I'm pretty sure that says 12%. And then there is one thing that is 1% called the energy aura feat. For 1%. That definitely says 1%, guys. Energy aura feat. So what's going on? What has gone wrong? Let's have a look. Because Adopt.me has previously mentioned in the past that they will not go and re-release eggs. It would just ruin the value of them. You see, there is a lot of Adopt.me posts on the internet saying one of them is a blue egg. And then a lot of people are saying, do you think it's a mistake, or are we actually getting another chance of a blue egg? Honestly, it would ruin the value because this thing is worth like 44 right potions-ish. Absolutely insane value on a blue egg. People are saying the blue egg will go off value. Some people are saying that it's obvious a placeholder. Well, I'm pretty sure it would make the blue dogs lose value big time since lots of people would have it. It'd be pretty cool if you did do a supply limit like 10,000 worldwide. Now there is a ton of pages on social media saying, does that say blue egg? Bro, I can barely read that, but it does say blue egg. Adopt.me News tagged Adopt.me and Jesse, and they did make some statements. Some people are questioning aura feat. What is the 1% thing? Like, what is the 1% thing meant to be? I don't care about the blue egg. I want to know what an energy or a foot is. Yeah, that sounds exciting. So if we go and check out the actual video on social media, for example, on Twitter, because YouTube, they turned off the comment section on that video, which is interesting. But we can scroll down, let's have a look at the comments. We got Grandpa Ham, this guy is so funny, I always see his posts, I gotta like this. Low battery, rest in peace. I so want to see this pet. But if we scroll down a little bit further, we will see a post from Jesse. Jesse is the one that does the weekly news at Adopt Me, and they reply saying, it looks like this video went out with a placeholder asset still on the map. A placeholder is when something isn't finished being designed, and since the update isn't officially out, they have gone and used something called a placeholder. So it does say, unfortunately, the blue egg will not be one of the drop chances from the capsule machine. We're still working on a final list. Obviously, if there's not going to be a blue egg, it's going to be replaced by something else that is a 25% odds. But we don't necessarily know what the replacement is. My prediction is it's probably just going to get replaced with like a cracked egg, to be honest, if there's a royal egg underneath it. But as for the energy or a foot, yeah, I really do hope that that stays as 1%. Doesn't seem that there's any pets inside of this. It just seems like it's a pay 500 bucks and you might go and get some cherry blossoms, or if you're unlucky, you'll get a tiny age up potion that gives you a couple tasks. Let's have a look at some of the replies. They said that's good. The blue egg is rare. If you added it, it would disappear and people would be upset, hoping for something good to replace it. Obviously, it's not the blue egg, but hopefully it's something good. Maybe it'll be like the dinosaur box. This person said, thank you, Jesse, and the whole team. Nope, blue egg. It says it right there. Blue egg, yay. Oh, this person. They think it says energy or a feed. I'm pretty sure it says foot, but no one replied to that. I wish they did make a reply saying what it was. The reason I'm making this video is because a bunch of people probably saw this on the Adopt Me channel, and then there's no comments, right? Adopt Me hasn't said anywhere that, like, anything on here, unless you have X or Twitter, which is only for certain people, plus it's a very strange website, then you wouldn't have seen that the blue egg is not actually obtainable, which is why we're going and making this video. Unfortunately, for the people who wanted to go and get the blue egg, it's not going to be added into the game. So there is your news. The blue dog will remain the exact same value. In fact, it might increase in value because people now are aware what a blue dog is. It's one of the first ever pets to be added into the game. And yeah, they're not going to go and ever re-release an egg. And if they were to do it, they just wouldn't do it, okay? Like, in no scenario will they ever go and re-release an egg unless they discontinue something. Like, the retired egg is the only example of a technically half re-released egg where all the same pets were in it, but it wasn't like a big time gap. It was literally, they just changed the pets in the regular egg. Does this make sense? We're not going and getting it, unfortunately. That's everything you guys need to know. If you like this video, I think you'll like the video where I do a one color building house challenge. That's right, I got the color blue, so I had to go and make a completely blue house inside of Adopt Me. If you go and press the button on the screen right now, you can go and watch that video next. So please go and click here to go and watch it, and because I don't think many people have watched it yet, so you should go press that button to go see it right now.